Hey, Mike and Dennis. Hope everything's going good with both of you. So there's seven of us now here. So I'll wait a few minutes. You can see in my background, we last week, or when was that? Yeah, we got 13 inches of snow. Hey, Collector Rick. We got one. Hey, John. Um, got 1 inch today. So I had to go out and clear the driveway off a little bit. It was an easy one, 1 inch. Wasn't even hardly enough for the snow blower, so I put that away and just did the shovel. We did get up to 32 today, so that's the first time we've been at freezing. Well, I don't know if the official hit 32. Did at my house. I don't know if they did at the weather station. Hey, feather flowers. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember your name. Hey, Vincent and Russell. My chair is squeaky. Better not move too much. So got a little. I've been filling out forms for no taxes when I go buy product from other suppliers for my simple trap and my bottom T-entrance bottom boards. So I'm working on that, and I still got to get with Michael at 21st B. So I haven't called him yet. He's busy now with the Wisconsin conference. Hey, Michael. So I've been doing that. I got all the state, federal stuff taken care of for the LLC. So that should all be good. I do got to send one letter back to the state. Well, they had a question, but that nothing major. And I'm working on getting totes in from the supplier. I got to mail that no tax form into them. Well, how does tax form versus a number? I wish they had a number. That'd be easier. Hey, Brian, Flower Street. Hope everything's good. Hopefully, yeah, you're probably warm. We're still cold. We got up to 30, 31 or 32. I had 32, but I don't know if the airport got up to 32. So I don't know if we're still in our 2+ weeks of not getting above freezing or not. I know the next 2 days are only high of 27, but Friday it's going up to 37. So it's supposed to go down to 8 degrees that morning, but go up to 37. So see how well that works. So that'll be the first day above freezing. We hadn't had that. Last day above freezing was when I was down in Louisville. So ever since I've been back in town, I think the next day was when the first cold front came through. So basically a month. I think I heard him say that this was on record one of the coldest 2 week span that we've ever had. I think we went 6 or 7 days with anywhere from -3 to -9 in the morning. So not real cold, but -9. We usually get a -9 every year, -10, 1 or 2 days, but not a whole week of it. Hey, Perry and Steve. Nobody else knew. Make sure I don't miss anybody. So yeah, so the weather's turning, and next week, originally next Wednesday, we are supposed to get another big snowstorm, but now it's going to be up in the 40s, so it's going to be a rain event. So that's really good news. The only bad news is, like I texted Dennis earlier, the Ohio Valley is loaded with anywhere from 8 to 14 inches of snow. Basically, the whole Ohio River area, all the area that drains into it. And if we get a pretty heavy rain Wednesday, I think they said it's supposed to rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then rain/freezing rain on Saturday. If we get a lot of rain, half-inch or an inch of rain, and it hits all this snow, it's going to probably flood the Ohio River, which people down on the river, Richmond, Ohio, and some other places, that won't be good. Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Aurora, Indiana, Vevey, Indiana, plus the Ohio River. So hopefully not. Hey, Bill Lee. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But it seems like the river's been flooding more and more, more often than not. So yeah, so everything's going good in that aspect. Next Monday, I think it's supposed to go up to upper 30s, and then Tuesday it's supposed to be near 50. So Monday and Tuesday. Monday, I plan to take off all the tarps. I got tarps you can see in the background behind me. So I'll be taking them off Monday because I looked at the long-term forecast, and we got just a couple of nights at 18, 19 degrees, but then during the days up in the low 40s. So Dennis, I don't think I'm live on Facebook. I mean, I posted it that I was going to do it today. I don't think I'm live. I'll go look. No, I don't think so. Just on YouTube. My wife doesn't want me to be on Facebook too much, so I just do my posts and some other little stuff. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so Tuesday I plan on going in every hive and check them for stores, basically. I'm going to put pollen patties on every one of them. So I actually removed the any stores they got left off to the sides and put the pollen patty right in the center. I won't put a whole one since it's already into the second week of February, and March, the first week of March is typically when our silver maple trees bloom, so that only gives me 2 weeks. Even though I got a good feeling spring's going to be a week late, so it might give me 3 weeks. So I will put a half a patty on each one to get them stimulated. Hey, Pennsylvania bees. So that's my game plan. I usually try to get it on at the end of January to the first week of February, like right now, but it's been too cold. Today I could have got in there at 32, but it was snowing. It was coming down halfway decent. I wouldn't call heavy, but steady. Not very long. People down in Louisville, they got rain. So that's the difference. We get snow, they get rain. Hey, Randy. So I got 23 watching. That's good. So that's the new plan. So I haven't gotten with my supplier for my nav pads for mite treatment. So I'll be working on that next week. I gotta get the form out to the company for no taxes. Then I'll buy a bucket full of 300 of these made up pads material that I use for my pads. So I buy it in bulk, 300, and it comes in a steel bucket. So it's nice to have a steel bucket. I bought it from them a couple of years ago, the same thing. when I did my testing. So I'll be using them also. So everything's moving forward pretty good. I did finally buy, and I got it in yesterday, a propane heater for the barn. One of the torpedo styles, not a big one, but a small version of it. So I'll be out there tomorrow working on my projects. Oh, and for my totes, I actually got a punch that came in today to punch the entrance into them versus me trying to cut them with a saw. So I'm hoping the punch will work, a hammer and the punch. So that'll be a testing. I got 8 of the totes, and like I said, I haven't bought bulk yet because I don't. My supplier hasn't. I haven't got the agreement for the no tax when I buy bulk from them and buy it directly from them. Right now, they don't wholesale. They only wholesale out. They don't do any retail. The tote company. So been working all those little angles. I sent Brett from B&K Bees that does websites an email. He responded back, and I gave him some details of what I was looking for. But that's the farthest I've gone with it. Tomorrow I need to call him and actually talk to him and tell him exactly what I'm looking for and see if we can make it a win-win. If not, I'll probably use Wixie or Shopify or one of those other ones for the website. Just pay that little. I'd rather give it to B&K, to Brett. So, hey Joe with Perry. Yeah, I didn't catch your name at the end there. So good to see you. So that's the game plan. So I haven't gotten. I got some bottom boards that I'm going to use as a prototype, and then once I modify one to how I want to do it, I'm going to send in pictures and that to the company that I bought the bottom boards from and see if they can sell them to me directly. Maybe even with a little discount. Maybe the same price I got at Nabby. That's where I bought them from originally. So I'm working that angle too for the bottom boards. And I'm going to actually see if they can pre-make them for me. Might be worth my time. And I got the time. I'll probably make them myself. Don't have them all cut, but I'll make them. Yeah, honey, pound honey. Make some honey, honey, honey. I hope I have a good year this year. Last year was a horrible year with all the rain we got. Hey, Jack and Danette. It's good to see you. It was really bad. In fact, when I talked to George, who's a third-year beekeeper, generation beekeeper, he said it was the worst he can ever remember. But the summer came out okay, so I didn't have a horrible year, just a horrible spring. I bottled up my last 5 gallons, Rick, last week. In fact, I still I put labels on some of them, but I don't have labels on all of them. So, and I saw them at 4 different places wholesale. So I hope I have enough to get through at least. I have probably, I don't know, 150 bottles left, 130, somewhere in that ballpark, 130 bottles. So that'll get me a couple weeks, but I think I'll get into March and I'll run out. But that's all right. I try to make it to May at least every year and pull a box early in May or April even. But I'll see. All my competition, they've been out for months. I'm about the only one left on the shelf where I sell it at. So that's a good deal. move my light just a little bit. So the company, all that's going good. Um, so everything's pretty much on target. It's just now, when I need to buy my stuff from suppliers, I need to sign a new non-agreement an contract and a tax letter for no taxes. Vincent, I sell my honey for wholesale. When I sell it wholesale, I sell for $11.75. But I'll be raising that up to either to $12 or $12.25 later on this year. So yeah, I get basically $12 wholesale, and then they sell it for $16 to $17. So I'm definitely gonna move it up to $12 wholesale. And then when I sell retail, I sell for $15 or $16, depending if it's 15 to like my used to be my coworkers, my wife's coworkers, and 16 to the public. So $1 an ounce, basically. What did Keith? Oh yeah, he takes the boxes off and then extracts it and puts it back on. Yeah, I wonder if that helps, Dennis. Keeps down the number of boxes you need too, but you have to do a lot more work. Yeah, Brian, how's your headache? Did it go away? Hope you're feeling a lot better. You're grateful. It's a great question, Randy. I'll put it up there so you can see it. Well, not that one. It's the one. I clicked on the wrong one. Well, feeling better. That's good. So we got the old Brian back. I'm doing good. I'm a little sore. I had to shovel again today, and I did it manually versus um, snowblower, and it wasn't enough to get my tractor out. An inch and a quarter, something in that ballpark. Just a dusting. Yeah, ain't all of us looking for spring. You can see how much spring I have right now. When that snow came down, you see my two this way. My two they're about 12, I'd say 14 inches high of great horned owls. The snow was up to the very top of the owl. I could just see the ears of the owl, and that was it. So it has melted down about halfway. So, which is good. Well, I want to let you know I did walk in front of the hives today, and I don't knock the snow off of them. And every one of them, that at least on my stand here, had the snow melted. The I'd say not quite a half inch, a quarter inch to a half inch. I'd say a half inch from the entrance, which means they're alive in there. So right now, I don't have any dead outs on my background there. I don't know about my monster horizontal hives, and I don't know about my 8 6/6 hives. I didn't walk over there, and there's no snow up against them because they're too high off the ground. Hey Lee, I'm wearing your hat. I'm promoting you. Hey Clay, hope everything's good. I'm sure Lee, you've gotten warm down there now since we're starting to warm up here. So everything's really looking good. I'm really looking forward to this year more than anything. With my new adventures, doing what I want to do versus working for somebody else. and helping the bee industry out. I think everybody's going to like my three new ways of doing things: the bottom boards, the mite treatments, and the swarm traps. And I'm going to come up with a way to put a handle on them to the people that still want to hang them up in the tree. So I have that option. So I need to work on that. I need to make just have a little plastic block, a little plastic piece to hang off of heavy duty plastic. Might even do fiberglass or something stronger. I still want to keep the box light though. That's the whole key. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. And my barn was just too cold. Hey Keith, my barn was way too cold this year. It got down in the by my workbench area, which is down on the back side of the barn. It was down to 20 degrees. The side of the barn got down to 32 degrees, but my wall with the honey room is the back of the barn, and it gets cold back there. All the air seems to get trapped. The cold air gets trapped in the back part of the barn. So now with the propane heater, I should be able to blast that warm. And then my electric heater, my 220 electric heater, should be able to maintain the heat once I heat it up a lot quicker with the propane heater. So plus, we turn the colder. There's no more of these negative mornings. And we got one more single digit morning and only a couple more in the upper teens, and that's it. Everything else will be in the 20s and 30s. So that's a lot better. Anybody's got any questions? Shoot them to me. Put all caps. That helps if you can. If not, that's all right. I won't punish anybody. If anybody wants to jump on and help talk with me, that'd be even better. I got it posted in the top. I can copy it and put it in the text again. If everybody wants to jump on. Keith, I know you do it now. Brian, but Brian's probably busy eating. Lee can, but he's probably busy too. He's always busy. And so maybe somebody new. Clay. I don't have a whole lot more after that. I mean, I'm hoping my bees are still at the still down in the middle of the top, middle of the two boxes, instead of being on the top. I'll find that out Tuesday. When I checked on them right after Nobby, I was able to check on them. So maybe I had a week before it got cold. And all the bees were all down the bottom box, except for my apame hives. They were both at the top with plenty of food. They were just getting up there. They hadn't actually was just starting to eat it. So they still should be good since I had 6 pounds on them. But those would be my two that I need to really check. And all the other ones were still down the bottom box. So I would think by now they made it up to the top. But I'll find out Tuesday. I'll do a little, I'll try to film some of that. I'll film the apame hives and then the my warm way hives and let everybody know how it's going, where the bees are. Hey Clay, Brian posted earlier that Brian's doing he's feeling a lot better today. So that's good news. I could post that so people will know if I can find it again. Too many to look for. No, I can't find it. How are you feeling? Here we go. I'll leave that up there. Hey, James. It is a good evening. Moon fries with honey. Oh, I've never tried that one. Hmm. I'm sure it would good. Sweeten it up a little bit. Be better than jam or anything like that. So, yeah. So I don't have any real, I'm not real talkative today, to tell you the truth. Trying to do the best I can. You have good days, you have bad days. I think all this snow and being cloudy. I took this picture today, actually, before the snow started this morning. It was cloudy. Need some sun. So I think it's supposed to be mostly to partly cloudy tomorrow and sunny on Thursday. Then, like I said, we're supposed to get a little bit of snow on Friday, maybe a half an inch. Hopefully, and then it's supposed to go up to 37, get warm. I think a warm front's coming through, actually. It's going to cause a little bit of snow, and then it'll all melt. It's going up to 37. Well, it won't all melt. It'll land on top of this on the existing snow and melt a little bit. Yeah, sting that like button. Let me do a refresh, see what we're at. 19. 19 out of 28 watching. Well, that's a little bit better than 50%, 65%. Open feed. Yeah, I won't be open feeding yet. Um, Tuesday they'll probably be flying. If it gets up to 48, 50 degrees. Some people are saying 45, some are saying 50, the weathermen. It all depends. If there's still snow on the ground on Tuesday, which I think there will be, it'll probably only go up to 45. All that melting of snow cools the surface of the ground. People down south probably don't realize that, but the snow will keep it. It won't warm up like they say it warms up. Um, I think Friday it's going up to 37. Saturday and Sunday, I think it's just the low 30s also. And then Monday it's like 40, and then upper 40s on Tuesday. And then Wednesday it's supposed to be cloudy and mid 40s, and then rain. Oh yeah, now they pushed the rain back to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wednesday's supposed to be mid 40s. So I think by the end of the week, most of the snow will be melted, except for the snow piles. Snow piles will probably take until May for them to all melt. It'll take through April to melt the snow piles along the road and all that, parking lots and stuff like that. They're pretty tall. When we had the blizzard back in 77, 78, it took to the 4th of July to melt all the snow. That's how high and how thick the snow piles were. It's just unbelievable. That Walker Bee just came online. All right. Oh well. So if anybody wants to watch Bob and his Northern Boys, he just came on. You're born in 78. I was 16 years old, Lee. Well, 17 in 78, but 16 in 77, the beginning of the winter. So 16 during the winter time, because my birthday's either on the first day of summer or the summer solstice, or the second day of summer. It's usually if the summer solstice is on the 20th, then on the second day. If it's on the 21st, the summer solstice, then the first day of summer is on my birthday. So, and my brother and I, who was 14, I was 16, we shoveled and shoveled and shoveled for weeks and made a lot of money. Actually, it paid for my first 3 years of college. Made enough money to pay for college back then. But I remember we did quarters back then, University of Cincinnati, and I think it was 200, 250 a credit for like 16 credits. 18 credits was probably $300. And it was always like $75, $100 for books. And they were all hardback books. So it was always like 400, 500. So you got me beat, Russell. I was born in 61. You got me by 9 years. Well, all of us seniors, where I'm getting all the Medicare crap right now. And I already know what I'm doing. So it's just a bunch of noise, Medicare noise. Oh, I haven't consolidated my notes yet, so I can look this stuff up quick. I did find them all. Well, hopefully next week, next month, there won't be any snow on the ground and it'll be getting green. And my background will be a little bit better. I have to live with this for the rest of February because I take my picture the first week. I try to do it the first week of every month. So January was similar to this. December was. January was no snow on the ground. And then February, snow on the ground. See what March does. And I will be going live every Tuesday now since people down south are right in the flow. Everything's flowing now. Well, it's reflowing after the big freeze last week and this weekend. So they should start rocking. This should be the end for them, for Lee and the group. And for like Dennis, middle of Alabama. Hey Dennis, someday maybe I'll stop by and see your place. My best friend, who's a commercial beekeeper now, Danny G. Bees, lives in Ogden, Alabama, which is the very northeast corner of Alabama. So I don't know what my wife and I are doing for vacation, but about every few years we run down to Destin, Florida for vacation. And I always make sure I stop by Dan's place so that way I can write off part of my trip because I'm, visiting a commercial beekeeper. And then, okay, Montgomery. I know Montgomery a little bit. So yeah, Dennis, if I find out what's going on, if we're going down to Florida this year, she hasn't mentioned anything yet. We haven't booked anything yet. She's got a good friend that she used to work with. She's retired now, school teacher that has a condo down there in Destin. And usually about the third week of June, they offer it to us if we want to stay down there at a really good discount price. So, hey, Brian, Baker Bees. So, it could be this year because we haven't gone down there, I think, in 4 years. So it seems like we go about every time like that. And hide that comment. So that might be a good deal. Let me write that down, Dennis. I try to hit people's places as I travel. So give me a second as I write this down. Go. So I'll let you know when the time comes if that's going to happen. I'm going to ask the, all the other good info stuff. So if anybody else, I don't know who else is down in that area. No other big beekeepers, online guys. It might be a shorter night tonight to live stream because I don't have any more real good news. I mean, I'll have news next Tuesday, so I'll be checking on my bees. And I can tell you where the bees are on my worm-way hives with the custom tea entrance in them. So I'll have a lot of news on that, and I'll have some pictures and all that good stuff. Hopefully the South is thawing out. Hopefully they didn't have any bad pipes. Oh, past Saturday, our electricity was out for 11 hours. Some drunk about, I guess it's not even a mile from our house. They might be 13K lines, 13,000 volt lines that run through there. It runs through the 765 lines, K lines that I drive under every day to get to my house. Smashed and knocked that telephone pole, cracked the telephone pole down in half, and brought I think the 13K down. It took out 10,000 people, one telephone pole. So it took them 13 hours actually to get the power back, and it took them the next day to get the pole all the way up. It's one of those tall, really tall poles. Well, electric poles. They're not telephone poles, they're electric poles. And got the power back on. Luckily, you guys probably don't know this, but on the other side of the barn, I got 18 200-watt solar panels and 12 200 amp hour batteries. So it actually runs my refrigerator, runs my furnace blower. I run with propane heat, so my furnace runs my hot water heater blower. I got a blower on mine since it's in the center of my house to get the exhaust out, and some lights and stuff like that. And so I had power for my essentials in my house. I just didn't have any power on my TV. I could have plugged in, extension cord my TV and had my TV running. I also have my Wi-Fi on the solar panel. I have my Wi-Fi stays up when the power goes out. The only issue was it was cloudy most of the day, but then late in the day we got 3 hours of partial sunshine that helped charge my batteries back up. So I didn't have any issues. In fact, my wife and I went out and had a really nice brunch in the morning. And then it went out at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then at like 3 o'clock, it came back on, 3:30. So almost like 11 and a half hours. People that were with us, they pulled them down. They lost power to the next day. So my one son, who lives not too far from me, he lost power, but he doesn't have any backup like I do. He's just starting his life. And his house went down to 44 degrees during those 11 hours. So it was starting to get pretty cold in his house. My other son, they got a generator and ran a generator to warm his house up, a space heater. And my other son, he lived far enough away. He lives on the other side of town. He didn't have any issue. So 3 out of 4 of us had the power outage for 11 hours. Yeah, Dennis, maybe I'll take some pictures. I'll change my background picture to the other side of my barn. You can see my setup. I'll take some pictures of my electrical. I call it my electrical room. It's got my compressor, and it's got my batteries and my solar inverter in there, controller. So it works pretty good. I tell you what, right now, my electric in my house would probably be $400, $500. I hear stories of $600 from my neighbors and stuff. $600-800 for electric. In fact, my brother-in-law, but he's got a lot bigger house than I do. He's up to $1,000. He's got children in his house. His house is lit up. In my last year, 24, I averaged $92 a month. This year, I haven't calculated, but it's probably like $105 a month in my electric bill. So it doesn't eliminate my electric bill, but it cuts it way, way down. What causes my biggest electric bill is the air conditioner, because it's 220 and my solar system's only 110. And then it's 110. You can buy a 220 system, but I bought a 110 system, an 80 amp, 110 volt system. And I got a number 4 wire that runs between my barn and my house. I also power up my barn with the solar power. The cost, I spent $3,000 on the solar panels, probably another couple hundred on the stands. I could have made them out of wood, so you can actually eliminate that cost. And got one free, and I bought one, and I probably spent another $2,000 on the batteries. Batteries are expensive. I didn't go with lithium batteries because I didn't want my barn to burn down. And there's too many issues with lithium, so I'm still with the lead acid batteries. And they're $300 to $400 a piece. I bought them a couple years ago where they're probably $250 to $300 a piece. So I probably spent somewhere around $5,000 for the system. It paid me back in 2 years. I mean, I'm saving $300 to $500 a month on electricity. But when I run my heater in my barn, that's 220 also. So that's directly Duke. Duke Energy is my regular power company. And I have them set up as my backup. So my batteries, I got a 48 volt system. When my batteries go down to 43 volts, 43.4, I have it set. Duke will come on and charge my batteries up. And then I'll run back on when they get charged up to 92% or 95%, one of the two. So the batteries will run the rest part of my house. So hey, Ravenshire. So Duke is my back. So if it's cloudy like it was today, I didn't get any battery charging today. So I ran on batteries all day today. If I would have went in there and used my heater, then I would have eaten up my batteries pretty quick. My big heater for that barn, and it would have ate up my batteries. The solar panels should last me about 20 years, 15 to 20 years. They'll be down to, in 20 years, they'll be down to about 60%, 60 to 70% efficiency. I keep mine, I don't have mine up against the house, gets them a lot hotter. Mine stay cooler because they're in the open air, which you'll be able to see when I change my background. They should last me 20 years, and I should have about 70% efficiency left of life out of them. Batteries are good for 10 years, but I should be able to get about 15 years out of them. Yeah, well, I'll put one caveat on there, Dennis. I did all the wiring, I did all the insulation myself. I'm an electrical engineer as my degree. So I bought all the cables that run, like cables that go to your battery in your car, jumper in between all my batteries. So I run 4 12-volt batteries in series to get my 48 volts. And then I got 3 sets of 4 that I run in parallel as my battery system. Then I got a number 10 wire that runs out from my barn to the controller of the solar panels. So they all run into a breaker box basically. And then I ran a number 4 wire and a number 10 wire back and forth. Number 4 down to my house to run 80 amps to my house, and then a number 10 wire to run Duke back up to my controller for my backup. So 2 wires. Both, Lee, my 4 12-volt batteries to get 48 volts, they're in series. I have 12 batteries, so I have 3 sets of 4 at 48 volts. They go in parallel to keep 48 volts. So I do them in series, it's 12, 12, 12, 12. It adds up to 48. And I put terminals that go to on the very back and front. So they just daisy chain from common through hot, hot to common, common to hot to all the batteries. I can show you when I'll get a picture of it next time tomorrow when I go up there, and I'm on next Tuesday. So yeah, so 48 volts DC is still finger safe too, so I won't get shocked if I accidentally touch the terminal. So that's another that's a code. 50 volts DC is not finger safe anymore. So 48 volts DC is a good system. Hey JW, I wanted to say that earlier. Hope everything's going good with you and Grayson. So so it does. Since I did all the wiring, but all my batteries, man, those batteries, those lead acid batteries, I think they're 150 pounds a piece. But I got them picked up 3 feet onto the table, which you'll see. And I did that a couple years ago. He got up to 64. We got up to maybe 32. I hit 32, but I don't know what the official temperature was. Most of the area was still 31. But I'm on the west a little bit versus where they keep the official temperature. And we had a little warm air push up from the south, which is good. We need more of that. The south ain't doing its job this year, letting all the north come down. I got to work on you guys down there to get that heat going again. And Grayson and Dennis. I don't know who else. Clay a little bit. I think Grayson, my bees are good. I don't clear my snow around my hives. You don't really have to. If your hives are alive, the next day it will melt a half-inch back from the snow all the way up the face of the box. And I use that as a guide. Since I can't peek into them, I can check the snow. And all my hives that you see in my background had the snow melted back a half-inch, maybe 3/8 to a half-inch back, and all the way up to snow. I should take a picture of that too. Tomorrow I'll go out there and show you how the snow melts in front of the entrance for the southern people. So yeah, Dennis, and I could help you through all that too for wiring it all up and all that. It's really not that hard. The batteries is the biggest part, and once you realize that you always take the negative off first, then take off the positive connector, and it's stuff like that, just like jumper cables, and that's all DC, and basically it's finger safe anyway. You might feel it. I can feel my 48 a little bit if I touch it, but not much. Yeah, mine didn't fly. Tuesday would be my first day my bees can fly for quite a while, for a month. So yeah, MTTP. Yep, you got it, Lee. Yeah, I got it from Ego Worthy. I bought their 48-volt, 80 amp system 3, 4 years ago. I hit 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was an MTTP. So I went with Eagle Worthy. They seem to be. They had good. I asked them a couple pretty technical questions about their controller and stuff like that, and manual operations and stuff like that, and they were pretty knowledgeable. A lot of the solar people don't have a clue how their equipment works all together. Yeah. Last week, Jack and Danette, we got Jack 13 inches. Some people got 14 inches just to the north. So half of it melted already. The two on my two hives on my shoulder over there, it was up to the top of the ears. And those are like 12, 14 inches tall. You know, full size of a great horned owl standing, perching. And we got an inch today. So, yeah, a little bit of snow. It wasn't enough to get this, knock the snow off the panels. You won't have to worry about that, Dennis, but you're better off putting your panels on the ground because they do get dirty. Birds fly over and crap on them, and bees do the same thing, maybe. They're on the other side of the barn, so not as bad. They do fly up over my barn. I've watched them. Oh, you're running a 40 amp. Okay. 24 volt. Yeah, I bumped it up a little bit so I could run my furnace and refrigerator and my hot water heater. So I am probably going to buy one more set of batteries soon. It cost me about another 1,000, 1,200 bucks to add to my gray days. Summertime's not a problem. My batteries charge up in 2 hours at most. In the wintertime, that sun's so low, the energy, it takes 5 or 6 hours to charge up my batteries. And but the problem is we have so many cloudy days here in Cincinnati that I need more batteries to get 4 or 5 days back up before we get some sun. Because of the Great Lakes, the wind out of the north wraps around the Great Lakes, picks up all that moisture, and its clouds come down all the way down, almost to Louisville, but not quite to Louisville. So if you've been to the Navi, a lot of times we'll stay cloudy all day, and they'll just have clouds in the morning, and it'll clear out. So just that little bit, 180, well, driving, it's 91 miles. So it's probably 40, 50 miles south, 45 miles south. If I did a crow's mile, it's a big difference. 3 to 5 degrees and half the cloudy days at wintertime. So you always got to design your system for cloudy days, wintertime cloudy days, not summertime. You know. So we're getting on the panels versus bees. Yeah, so that's the north side of my barn. It faces north to slightly west. So my sun gets my bees over on this side over there, gets a little bit of sun in the morning, and the hives get full sun in the summertime. In the wintertime, just when it gets to the west. In the summertime, it comes over the top of the barn. So it gets sun probably about 11, 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock in the peak of summer. Wow. That's awesome, Lee. You know, my cousin Jeff, he's a doctor. Um, I need to talk to Jeff and see if I can get free batteries from him. Yeah, he's like a top leader at the hospital. My cousin Jeff. Yeah, those are probably 100 ampere or 200 amperes. In 1 year ain't nothing. Thank you, Lee, for that point. I never thought of that. I agree. That's the best way to get them. And I got a nephew that's in St. Louis. He's a doctor. He's a research doctor. And I have a cousin here in town, so I need to talk to him. And he works in a hospital that's only like 15-minute drive from me, so I can go pick him up. I think I'll give Jeff a call tomorrow, Dr. Jeff Street. Real good news. I'm glad we talked about this, so I learned something. You never get too old to learn something. Yeah, I wonder. It's probably true for all the hospital. 1 years, and they want to replace them because they don't want their system to go bad. Okay. Yeah, those are good batteries. The marine batteries are good. All right. So did you send it to my Maccabees at Maccabees.com? Oh, you did on Facebook. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Thank you. Um, I did start another email too. I'd set that up this week. I got a new one. It's Tom at Maccabees now. That I'm going to keep that more my business one with my suppliers. And well, I might. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Then Maccabees at Maccabees was for the all the other stuff. So all right, that works good on Facebook. I'll check that link out when I get down here talking here. I made it 1 hour at 8:30. So yeah, man, that'd be really good. Maybe I can get like 8 batteries over the next couple of years and hook up five, 4 sets of batteries. Then I can get 4 or 5 days for sure. Well, if they're only 1 year old, they're good for another pretty many years. I wonder if they're lithium batteries now. So I might have to go to lithium batteries. Yeah, swap it out for some honey. So my my cousin Jeff, he doesn't live too far away from me either. So I'm gonna talk to him too. In fact, his wife, I see his wife at church every week. He's usually working. He works a lot of weeks or on call. Okay, Life Pro 4. Those will work good. 4,000 cycles. Okay. Hey, that's when they're free. That's better than nothing. I don't know how many times my batteries get cycled a year. More I have, the slower it'll be too. I think my controller keeps that number. I can look it up. I've never looked it up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're 350, $400 a piece, depending what you're buying. So that's why I said the panels are inexpensive. It's the batteries. Now the new batteries, the lithium batteries, they're less expensive, but I have them in my barn and I was a little afraid of them with fire issue. If I had them outside, um, and they ran the wire into my barn, that would be fine. Which might be what I'll do. I got room behind my barn over here, right there. I could build a little shed, keep my batteries in there, and put a cross breeze through it so it stays cool in there. And put lithium batteries in there. That way, if I ever have issues, I won't have a problem. So they are less expensive, and you get a lot more amp hours per weight and size of the battery versus lead acid. All right, I got your. Oh, so it's Bill. Okay. All right, I got your message, Bill. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Fail-safe battery. So that's even a bonus. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm not a battery expert. I know enough to be dangerous. I mean, I know batteries for control systems and stuff like that. I know batteries for backing up control panels and servers and stuff like that, but not not deep cell, low cell batteries with safeties on them and stuff like that. So I'm glad I had this stream tonight. You guys are going to save me some money and I have better batteries. Yeah, that's true. I agree too with that, Lee. PMS. So good night, Brian. I've missed that one. And Kathy. All right, now I got the last name with Brian. You write that down. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff on this. But it's Russell. Russell A and Russell K. We got Russell A, the A team today versus the K team. And we're still running with 17, so I only lost a few to Bob. Bob knows I stream now on Tuesdays also. He was okay with it. He knows I don't go get um, all the northern people and stuff like that. I do need to get a partner though, so I have to pick one out. If anybody wants to be my partner on this Tuesday, 7:30 to 9:30, 10, depending how it's got two of us, we'll go a little bit longer. Um, I'd be more than happy. Oh, I have no idea, Lee. That's a good question. An alternator. I wouldn't think so, just a generator. Well, if you convert it over to 110, you're gonna get a pretty good sine wave, depending on what system you got. How much a square wave versus a sine wave. Then you could use the alternator. Yeah, you'd have to come. Yeah, even then, I don't know. My solar power is better than Duke's power. I've never put I don't have a scope. I used to have one at work, but I don't have one at home. And put a scope on Duke's power, but I know it's not good. It's got a lot of crap in it, a lot of dirty power. So, yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet, Dennis, doing that kind of stuff. I got another idea though, but I'm going to test this summer. But I'll let you guys know if it works. I'm not going to give you what it is quite yet, but I think it will. I've done a pre-test. Nancy's just decided to take the winter time off, JW, and I don't think she's coming back. I don't know. She's all right. She's fine, but she might come back on this summer. But I'm not holding my breath. Let's just put it that way. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, she set up a whole office and everything with all the decorations in the background. And then she decided the wintertime not to jump off. Oh yeah, yeah. Most of the ones out there now is a close to a pure sine wave, and not a modified semi-square corner sine wave system. Yeah, any of that system like that. My my son, in fact, you mentioned that. I mentioned that we had 11 hours worth of power off, so he had his cheap generator, maybe a Harbor Freight one. I'm not sure, and it wouldn't run his furnace because wasn't a good pure. It wasn't a true sine wave. Um, I don't know what the generator was putting out. So his friend had Noah had a generator he wasn't using, and because he didn't lose power, so he went and got that generator, and he had no problem hot wiring his furnace up to the generator to get heat working. So not even all generators have good quality sine waves. That's why we should all have DC in our house. I'm a big proponent of having AC to the pole and maybe to the house, and then everybody should have a transformer with DC. And a transformer would filter out all the crap that comes on the AC circuit, and everything should be 48 volts, which is finger safe electronics in your house, and it would be a lot safer, easier two-wire system in your house. And yeah, but they want us to use that AC, that sine wave power. If I had my choice, I'd have a transformer in the house, and I'd have all DC appliances. But you can't buy DC appliances. Everything's 110 or 220 if you're Europe, or bigger power. Yeah. These looks like you know your AC DC pretty good. I do because I got more on the software computer size. But in UC, University of Cincinnati, when I took their engineering back in 80 through 85, 86, it took me actually 6 years. I got really sick my third year, the fourth year of school. It was out for a half a year, so it took me an extra year to come back cycle around to catch up classes that I missed. Plus, I had a high fever and I had to relearn all the buzzwords, engineering words. Okay, I got you. Yeah, my friend and I wired the house I live in. I built the house. I had a builder, but a builder and I were the builders. He's and had a bunch of retired three guys that were my bricklayers and carpenter that were retired. And the bricklayers are funny. They bricked my house for free, and there's a lot of brick in it. Well, it wasn't free, but the only thing they asked for was a 12 pack of Mountain Dew and a 12 pack of, I think it was Miller Lite for payment. So every evening, after I got done working on the house, 9 o'clock, I'd fill up a cooler with ice, and one guy drank Mountain Dew, and the other two guys drank, I was almost sure it's Miller Lite, and then it saved me 3 or 4 for me to work because I'd work from 6:30 to 2:30, 3 o'clock. Then I'd work from 3:30, and they would overlap for half an hour, so I'd take off where they left off. And I built carpenter and my bricklayer and stuff like that, and then I would work till 9 o'clock on the house. And I did that for 6, 7 months building the house. So if I buy that property behind me, I haven't called them yet. I'll be flipping that house, and I'll do all the demo myself, whatever that is. I'll fix any wiring that's in there if it needs to be fixing, any rough carpentry work, stuff like that. If it's drywall and painting, I'll hire that part out. But the rough carpentry and the wiring, I'll fix that out. And it was built in '58, the house, so it might be a 2-wire aluminum house. If that's the case, I'll probably change out the panel. Those aren't very expensive, and rewire it to a 2-wire ground house. It might be converted already. It's something I got to check when I go to check if I do ever buy it. Check the house out. 58's borderline, 50s, early 50s, but 58, it's probably all aluminum. Not my house. Yep, it depends on the code. Well, I'd have to look that up too, because it's been too many years if Ohio's changed. If that is, that'd be a pain. That cost me a little bit to rip all those. If I had to rewire it versus just running it to a ground pipe and then running the pipe to a ground. That's what it used to be to get the ground, put a ground in. So, yeah, Leo, that's something I'll have to check because I've been out of the housing wiring too many years to know exactly. What time is it now? 9:15. I think I'll just go to 9 o'clock like I typically been doing. So there's still 16 of us on here, so that's not too bad. And you guys can jump over to Bob if you want. I'm probably going to pass tonight. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, a lot of late nights. 7 months, basically. The funny thing is that my wife and I were engaged at a time when we built our house. So then we right before the house got finished, it was basically finished, just a few little cleanup things. I let the guy finish things up. We got married, took a honeymoon, came back, and then closed on a construction loan. like the next week after that. So, oh, you've been coding. Where are you coding, Lee? I'm done coding, writing programs. I I got into oh, what's the software? JavaScript and HTML6 a little bit last week to write my own web page. And I said, oh, I don't even want to get into this stuff anymore. And fighting all the bugs, me not doing the syntax right, crap like that, versus me just going somewhere and it has all the scripts already written. You just plug them in and change the interface a little bit. SAM D21 microcontroller. Oh, okay. That's cool. I got what you're doing. Yeah. I got a couple microcontrollers in my basement that I could use sometime. They're 24 volts, so I'd have to get a little transformer in, or yeah, a little power supply, 24-volt power supply. I got that too. Yeah, C++. That's not too bad. Yeah, especially C++. Yeah, I'd probably do that. When you start getting into the JavaScript and HTML6, that's a little bit complicated. And there's already all these web pages are the code's already written. So I might just buy all the patches and patch my web page together. I'm going to look into that probably next week, later in the week when it's raining. I'll be out working the bees Monday and Tuesday. First time in a month, not working, I'm just checking the top. Food stores. I got to get to March 1st. Or this year, it might be the second week of March, because I think spring's going to be at least 1 week late. And it might be 2 weeks late since it's already, you might have snow on the ground at least to the middle of February. And typically, a few years ago, our maple trees bloom on February 27th and 28th. Most years it blooms the first week of March, usually around the second, third, and fourth of March. This week, I think it's going to be the second week of March. Okay, you can make some money, Dennis, being a welder. My youngest son, was a welder. He got certified in all the different welds. I don't think the only one he didn't do was welding underwater. But now he works for the county that we live in. Both of us live in Hamilton County in Ohio, and he works in the maintenance department. So he in the wintertime he's busy plowing. He's not plowing. He used to do maintenance on all the trucks and all that, and he'd have to do some welding and rebuild some of the engines and stuff like that. But now he's a foreman now, so he doesn't do any of that stuff. He just drives. This year he's driving the salt truck, loading up all the trucks. Last year he drove their biggest truck because he's got his CDL A and B too. So yeah, in fact he was out today since we got an inch to 1.5 inches of snow. Maybe some areas got 2 inches, mostly 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Just a dusting. So I took this picture before the snow started around 9 o'clock in the morning this morning. So I wanted to have my background updated for February for tonight. So, okay, Lee. So now you can do all your projects. You worked a lot this past year, it seemed like it. A lot of long hours. Being an crane operator. That's cool. Well, I took every day off now for the whole year, and the next year, and the next year, to how long I live. So, but I started my own company, so I'll be doing bee stuff, making bee stuff, bottom boards, notepads, and swarm traps, simple traps. Bottom boards, I'm going to call them T-entrance boards, bottom boards, I think. Warm way. I'm going to make a warm way, a cold way option too. So I'll have two different bottom boards to sell: a standard Langstroth cold way, my warm way with the T entrance, the Nova pads, the kill mites with one acylic acid vapor treatment after 14 days, and then swarm traps, bottom boards, swarm traps, and mite treatment. Three totally different things. And who knows, I might get, if that all works out good, I might expand into, boxes and woodenware, stuff like that. Just to have that, because when people want to buy the bottom boards, they're going to want to buy the rest of the hive. So I could see myself finding a supplier of that and getting them taken care of. And I'm going to redesign the Apame bottom board to be the warm way. So that's going to be a bigger project because I'll have to do that in that same styrofoam plastic setup. So that might take some work to get somebody to make that for me. So I'll be working on that this year, so during the summertime. I got a supplier I think that can make it. So I'm going to have to buy an Apame bottom board, mock it up, and then ship it to the company and see if they can make it. Once I explain to it, maybe make a trip out to them. It's about a 4 hour, 5 hour job. So that'll be another thing that I'll be selling. So 3 different types of wooden, and I got to do the screen bottom board too. I have to. Really, I don't need to do the screen bottom boards because people down in the south, it's not so critical, cold and warm way. It's more of a northern climate. All right, Randy, glad you came. And I'm going to shut down here in 6 minutes anyway. So I'll have the warm way, cold way of the solid bottom boards. Eventually, by the end of the year, I'm going to have the Apame warm way as an option for the Apame. I'll be selling them separately. Apame did not want to even entertain doing anything like that because I talked to him at Nabi. In fact, I kind of even lost interest in even support anything of Apame. The way the owner acted, not very professional in my opinion. Good night, Steve. Have a good night. Have a good week. I'll see you next Tuesday, hopefully. Same time, 7:30. I might look into getting a partner, so I might be calling some people or shooting them an email. Lee's only temporary. There's no way he can do it in the summertime with this job, so I won't bother Lee. Ships, okay. Well, that's a big job. Welding ships. 2 big ship welders. Trains. Yeah, that'll keep you busy. So, yeah, I went the other way. The funny thing about it, I was going in my 8th grade before I went into high school. Actually, no, my senior year, my junior to senior year, I was going to be an abstract artist for my life, be an artist, because I love drawing abstract art. And then my chemistry class, we had 1 week of electrical class, and my dad's an electrical engineer, so I was already kind of familiar with it. And my senior year, I decided to be a electrical engineer. And luckily, University of Cincinnati, University of Purdue University, I should say, and Georgia State are the three best engineering colleges in the United States. There might be a good one out on the West Coast now. I don't know. And so going to University of Cincinnati was a no-brainer since they're one of the best engineering colleges in the University of Cincinnati. Their engineering college is top notch. They slacked off a little bit, but now they're back up again. When I've talked, my son's a electrical engineer also. So my grandfather worked for Cincinnati Gas and Electric as an electrical guy. My dad was a electrical engineer. I was an electrical engineer. My son's an electrical engineer. So 4 generations. My oldest son, he works purchasing for GE aircraft engines here in Cincinnati. But he does all the military planes for the military purchasing, not the commercial side. And my youngest son, like I said, he works for the county. So all three of them are good, have their careers all good set up. So I've been blessed that way that all three of my sons are well away in their lives and got good jobs. Well, now I just got to get them all married. My youngest one will be getting married in a year, so sometime this year he'll propose. He already told us that. Probably this fall, maybe this summer. So it'll be maybe in a couple of years. And my other two sons, I don't know about them yet. All right, guys and gals. Anybody got any questions? Hey, Norman, I'm about ready to hop off too. Oh, yeah, that's good. I could do. Oh, I never thought about asking AI. I could probably get all the JavaScripts from AI. So me write my own code. Easier for me to just get somebody else's code. Because they got code written for every plugin for a web already. There's no point for me rewriting it. Just got to use it. I got to find the right people, the right link where I can plug all that in together into my code so it all runs then. So now I just hired somebody to do it for me. That's probably the easiest. That's the easiest. I got my own other stuff to do. So I'll probably just hire it out. I'm hoping B&K can help me. That'd be a win-win. Helps them out. They're a young company writing code for people, websites and stuff like that, plus beekeepers. So, yeah, that's all AI is. It's all programmed, Norman. I know that. And some of it's not even correct. Some of it's not real good. I mean, I wrote program for decades, so I wrote some of the AI program in my years of programming. A lot of it was for the military work. I did a lot of writing for the centrifuges and other stuff, communications, satellites, stuff like that. I can talk about it now. It's public. A lot of times I couldn't tell my wife exactly what I was doing, just that I was working for doing military projects. I had to be quiet for like 5 years on the satellite ones with Elon Musk, the Starlink. So I wrote the beginning of that code and the flow chart of how to write that code for the military to write that code, and then I just proofed it for him after that. So I didn't really write all the code, but I was the master of the code at that time. All for the military, all for redundancy backup when one satellite gets taken out. Yeah, so it's all people's code. So I might do that too. I might look at that and just write my own, finish, steal all that code from AI. Use all that code. It's not really stealing public information now. And go with that. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to end it with that. Good night, everybody. See you next week. My hand's invisible. There you go. Put it in front of the camera helps, and in front of me. Next week, I'll have a lot more information about my hives. So I can talk to you how the warm way versus the Apamate cold way is working. One hive just has the Apamate bottom board, so it's really a cold way hive. How that hive's doing. I know it's still alive. That's all I know. But I don't know where they're at in the hive. So everybody have a good. Thanks for the link again, Ravenshire, and have a good night. And God bless everybody. You know I'm pretty spiritual with my deal back in 7/11/03. Some of you guys probably don't know about that. Someday I'll talk about it. All right. Night.